If you've been watching my channel for a while, you've probably figured out by now that I love Davinci Resolve. That being said, I'm also very much aware that Davinci Resolve isn't the only editor out there and that it's not necessarily the best fit for everyone. So in the spirit of helping you find the right tool for you, I'm resurrecting my Davinci Resolve Guy Tries series by taking a deep dive into an NLE that a lot of people have asked about, Hitfilm Pro. Let's get started. Before we get started, just a quick disclaimer. This video is sponsored by FXHome, who is owned by Artlist, who I've been working closely with for a while. And because this is sponsored by the same people who make Hitfilm, this is not a review. What this is a little bit of a product showcase and a little bit of a tutorial. I will be sharing my experience editing in Hitfilm though. I'm just going to do my best to keep my opinions to a minimum. Let's jump in, starting with explaining what exactly Hitfilm is. Simply put, Hitfilm is an NLE, or non-linear editor. Basically, it's editing software, just like Davinci Resolve, Premiere Pro, Avid, Filmora. You get the idea. What sets Hitfilm apart from other NLEs is the same thing that sets every other NLE apart from each other. The UI, the workflow, the tools, and what I like to call the bonus features. We'll get to those later. For now, let's jump in and take a look at what we're working with. When you first open up Hitfilm, you'll be presented with a home screen where you can either open up an existing project or create a new one. This is actually where one of the first bonus features becomes available. See, when you first install Hitfilm, you're not just getting Hitfilm, you're also getting a whole example project and a bunch of tutorials that you can go through in order to learn the ins and outs of the software. They go over everything from a basic interface tour to specific types of videos, and even a filmmaking project where you can learn about stabilizing footage and syncing audio. Sponsorship aside, I think this is actually really cool. Having these projects set up with media already loaded saves a lot of time, and it makes the process of getting acquainted with the software a lot easier. The tutorial projects are easy to follow, and once you're done, you should have the confidence to start your first project. So, let's do that. To start a new Hitfilm project, simply hit the Create New button on the homepage, or if you're already in an existing Hitfilm project, you can go to File, New. Then choose your project settings and you're done. It's super easy. Importing your files is just as easy. Simply click Import, navigate to the folder where you keep your media clips, and click Open. Now, the UI of Hitfilm should be pretty familiar if you've ever edited in an NLE before. You've got a trim monitor where you can set in and out points and drag into your timeline, a preview monitor where you can see your final edit, the timeline where you can assemble your timeline, and the media library where you can find not only the media you imported, but other cool goodies as well. See, like I said before, FXHome is now owned by Artlist, and as a part of the Artlist family, you just know FXHome is going to have some cool music and sound effects built right into Hitfilm. They even have some built-in video templates for things like intros. Now, depending on what plan you have, we'll get to pricing later. You might either have only a few songs, sound effects, and video templates to choose from, or you might have a whole bunch, but they are there right in the library tab. Oh, and if this particular UI layout doesn't work for you, all of it is completely customizable, and there are other UI layout presets that'll set you up for whatever task you're on, like color, edit, compositing, or audio. Okay, let's start building out our timeline. The timeline in Hitfilm is just like the timeline in most NLEs, unless we're talking about Final Cut. It's not like Final Cut. Final Cut has a magnetic timeline, which don't get me started. Anyway, it's got all of the tools you need. You can cut, delete, separate audio from video, keyframe volume, and basically whatever else you need to do to create your timeline. The only thing that might be a bit of a learning curve, depending on which NLE you're coming from, are the keyboard shortcuts. They do exist, but they're definitely different from Resolve's default shortcuts. That being said, you can customize your own shortcuts any way you like. So as long as you don't mind spending some time doing that, it could save you a lot of time in the long run. Let's take a look at some basic video editing enhancements, like adding text or transitions, both of which are really easy to do. Working with text in Hitfilm is just like working with a Word document. All you have to do is add the text clip to your timeline and type what you want it to say. Then in the text panel, you can adjust size, shape, spacing, color, outline, shadow, you get the idea. Transitions are just as easy to add to a project. Just grab the transition you want from the effects tab, drag it in between two clips, adjust the length, and you're done. Let's take a look at audio. Along with keyframing the volume of your audio in the timeline, you can also adjust audio levels by using the mixer, which has controls for volume, balance, and even keyframe animations that you can use to fade in, fade out, and adjust the volume. There are also basic audio plugins like noise reduction, compressors, limiters, and EQ, so you have all you need to get a decent sounding mix. Same thing with color grading. You have all of the basics like curves, color correction, color grading, LUT support, you name it, and you can apply these tools to either an individual clip or a group of clips by adding a grade clip, which is the name that Hitfilm gave to adjustment layers. So as you can see, Hitfilm really gives you everything you need to create a basic video. So if all you wanted to do was to create something like a vlog or a talking head video, you would definitely be covered. But what about more advanced tools like VFX Compositing and 3D elements? You know, the fun stuff. Well, it turns out that Hitfilm has you covered there as well. Hitfilm has a ton of tools that can help you with compositing, like masks, trackers, and even a native version of Mocha. By the way, did you notice how it wasn't stock footage that I was editing in Hitfilm? Yeah, that was actually a video that I just uploaded to my brand new vlog channel. I'll have it linked below if you want to check it out. When it comes down to it, there's just a lot to do in Hitfilm, and it would take me hours to go through it all. So let's just get down to the brass tacks. Who is Hitfilm For and how much does it cost? Let's start with the pricing. If you're interested in signing up for Hitfilm, you've got some options. The first of which is a completely free account, which gives you the free version of the software, HD exports, and the free songs, sound effects, and video templates. From there, you have the choice of either the creator plan for $6.25 a month or the pro plan for $9.99 a month. These plans give you more songs, more sound effects, more templates, more tools, 4K exports, and iMerge, which is basically FXHome's take on what a combination between Photoshop and Lightroom would look like. In fact, I used iMerge to create the thumbnail for this video. Let me know in the comments how you think I did. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that the last thing you need is another subscription. Apparently, FXHome is thinking the same thing because they also have perpetual licenses available. You can pay once and get the software for forever with updates and technical support for 12 months. After that, you can either choose to continue using the version of the software that you're on when those 12 months are up, or you can purchase another 12 months. I've honestly never seen this many pricing options for software before. It's pretty cool. Okay, let's tackle the biggest question. Who is Hitfilm for? Should you try it out for yourself? What's the deal? As far as I can tell, Hitfilm is made for creators. In the hierarchy of NLEs, I'd place it somewhere in between more beginner-friendly software like Movavi and more professional software like Premiere or Davinci Resolve. Basically, it doesn't have everything you would need to edit a feature film, but it has more than enough to create a pretty high-end YouTube video. It really does hit that internet creator sweet spot. As far as whether or not you should try Hitfilm for yourself, absolutely. They have a free version. Sign up, test it out, see how you like it. And then if you want more, you can upgrade to either a paid subscription or a perpetual license. You literally have nothing to lose other than some space on your computer. Now, keep in mind that the tool you use to edit your video, whether it be Davinci Resolve, Filmora, or Hitfilm, doesn't matter nearly as much as the story you tell. So go check out this video all about storytelling, and until next time, don't forget to go out and make stuff. Thanks for watching.